Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Southern Gal True Crime. If this is your first time here, thank you for joining us today. Today, I have a missing homicide files video to share with you. All these cases do come from Arkansas. Some I have shared before, and some are new ones. And all the cases that I'm going to share with you today came from the Arkansas Injustice Facebook page, and I will put a link to that in the description. I encourage you, please do go check it out. There are a lot of good cases, a lot of good information on that page. So we will get started. First, we have Shannon Collins. And Shannon, I have featured Shannon several times in just montage videos, but I wanted to share his case again. He has still not been found, either alive or deceased. But Polk County Sheriff's investigators are continuing to seek information on the whereabouts of Shannon Collins. He was 49 years old when he disappeared. He was last seen on March 12th, 2021. Collins, he is a military veteran. He was reported missing by his brother in late November of 2021. Based on the investigation, it was learned that Shannon was allegedly last seen by his wife on March 12th of 2021, walking away from his home in the Pottsville, Arkansas area. Investigators have been unable to confirm any sightings or contact with Shannon after this date. If you've spoken to Collins in the time since March 12th, 2021, or have any information as to his whereabouts, please call the Polk County Sheriff's Office at 479-968-0911. And it doesn't have a physical description of him, but there are two pictures included on the slide. All right, next we have Diana Gabriela Alamia. I'll make this bigger on my computer screen so I can read it. She was last seen on July 8th, 2020. She is deceased. She was 50 years old. Police responded to a welfare check on Saturday, July 11th, where they found the body of a woman. Police found Diana Gabriela Alamia, 50 years old, deceased at the 300 block of Laser Street. Her body was sent to the Arkansas State Crime Lab, and her cause, COD, was ruled a homicide. She had sustained a GSW wound to the chest. Her life was taken in July of 2020, around approximately the 8th or 9th. Her body remained there for days before it was found. Not a single person attempted to help her or look for her. She lived in a duplex that had a list of issues, including poor soundproofing. So you would think with the poor soundproofing that somebody would have heard a commotion, screaming, maybe sounds of a struggle. She lived in, okay, she had made a request to her landlord about break-ins, as well as a broken window that was never repaired. Her son visited her on July 6th, and the neighbors opened their door, responding to his knock. So that's just, to me, further proof that anything that would have went on in that apartment would have been heard by somebody. But yet the night that the police responded to the welfare check call, the neighbors would not answer the door for the family. Eventually, when the landlord and police arrived, the neighbors came out and commented to the immediate family, quote, "No one deserves to die like that," and said nothing else when the family questioned them, but they claimed that they didn't see or hear anything. Diana's body, like I said, had been there for days. No one reported it, despite multiple neighbors seeing her door open and her lying on the floor. So that's even more tragic and disturbing that neighbors saw the open door, saw her body lying on the floor, did not even make an attempt to even call the police. It's just horrible. Her screams for help as she lost her life went unanswered. No one called the police. Leading up to her passing, she was at Ruby's liquor store on July 4th. She had just deposited her Social Security check and a stimulus check that totaled approximately $2,000. She left a voicemail on her daughter's phone on July 6th. A signed letter was found that was dated on the 8th. She had in a diary that she was dating a man named Israel Skanga Galicia. Israel has disappeared since her passing. Red flag. So if you know anything about him or where he went, please contact the HSPD. Hot Springs Police Department is handling the investigation and her death. If you have any information at all, please contact Detective Lampinen at 501-651-7711, or you can contact the page, the Arkansas Injustice Project page, and your tip will be handed over to the proper authorities anonymously. Things that you think are meaningless may help immensely. Anybody who's watched my channel for any length of time knows I always say that. No matter how insignificant you might think something is, please report it. It could be something. If you know something, say something. Absolutely. If you're too afraid to speak to authorities, it says you can reach out to the Arkansas Injustice page and remain anonymous. So please, we need this. In my opinion, this case can be solved if the right person, the right people will come forward with anything they may have seen. Very important for somebody. It just takes one person to come forward with the right piece of information, and this thing can be solved. All right, next, we have another unsolved homicide. This is Marlon Sanders. He was last seen on March 7th, 2018. He was just 18 years old at the time that he passed. He was killed in 2018 in a shooting that happened in the parking lot of the McDonald's on East Grand Avenue. And this is from Hot Springs, Arkansas. He was transported by private car to National Park Medical Center, where he succumbed to his injuries. His homicide was the first of the year for Hot Springs in 2018, and it remains unsolved. So if you have any information regarding Marlon's case, you are urged to call the Hot Springs Police Department at 501-321-6789. And if you would like to remain anonymous, you can once again submit tips to the Arkansas Injustice page. All right, next we have, I believe I have featured Jeffrey Lynn Smith before, and this is a female. The story behind the name is when she goes by Lynn. When Lynn was born, either she was expected, they thought that her parents thought that she was going to be a boy, or wanted her to be a boy, so that's why they gave her the first name of Jeffrey. But she does go by Lynn. She was just 16 years old at the time that she disappeared. She was last seen on December 4th, 1985. She is a Black female. Like I said, 16 years old when she disappeared. She would be 53 years old today. When she disappeared, she was 5'3", 110 to 120 pounds. Last seen wearing a brown jacket, pink pants, and brown shoes. She had brown hair and brown eyes. She did go by her middle name, Lynn, and some agencies do refer to her as Lynn Smith. Her ears were pierced, and she does have a mole on the right side of her chin. Trying to make this bigger so I can read it. So Lynn was last seen walking home from school with her boyfriend on Silver Street in Hot Springs, Arkansas on December 4th, 1985. They were a few blocks from her home. She never arrived at home, and she has never been seen or heard from again. Lynn was wearing a gold ring with an opal stone at the time of her disappearance. She had gotten it for her birthday, and her sister says that she cherished it and she never took it off. So Lynn's boyfriend ended up pawning the ring after Lynn's disappearance. Red flag. Her sister stated that the boyfriend was abusive towards Lynn and that she had wanted to end the relationship. And anybody who has studied DV cases knows that this is the most dangerous time for a woman or a male in a DV situation. The most dangerous time is when the person who is being abused is trying to leave. That's usually when the very bad things can happen. The boyfriend was later imprisoned for assaulting another girlfriend, so he has a history and a pattern of DV. He has never been charged in Lynn's case. Lynn was originally thought to be a runaway, but now other theories are being considered in her disappearance. And investigators have identified a person of interest in her case. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to go on the assumption. I usually don't want to assume, but I'm going to go on the assumption that the boyfriend is possibly the person of interest in the case. But unfortunately, it does still remain unsolved. So if you have any information, please call the Hot Springs Police Department at 501-321-6789. Right, next, this, I believe, is another unsolved homicide. This is Samantha Olson. After a decade since her death, Samantha Olson's case remains unsolved. On August 14th of 2013, Samantha was GSW'd while traveling to Target with her 11-month-old daughter. Her vehicle, and I do remember this case, it got extensive coverage on the local and news stations when this happened. Her vehicle was at the intersection of McCain and JFK in North Little Rock, Arkansas, when shots were fired from a 2004 to 2008 maroon Ford F-150 truck that was traveling in the opposite direction. Witnesses seem to be in agreement that there was a toolbox in the back of the truck, but cannot agree on the color of the toolbox. The shooter was reportedly male. However, witnesses do disagree on his race. And I believe on the slide there is CCTV footage of the actual truck, the maroon truck that was involved in this incident. The weather was mild that day, and Samantha had her driver's side window cracked about 6 inches. The offender discharged 3 to 6 bullets, and the bullets that took her life came in through that crack in her window. So in just a 6-inch space, those bullets came in and took her life. Her window was still intact. The shooter reportedly drove away at a steady pace. He did not get any great hurry to leave, to flee the scene. He continued on the same road. He followed all traffic laws. The last sighting via surveillance camera was near Camp Robinson. So I'm assuming that is where on the bottom there, that is where that surveillance footage came from. And no surveillance footage was able to capture a license plate number, unfortunately. There is a $15,000 reward in this case. So if you have any credible information about this case, excuse me, please contact the North Little Rock Police Department's tip line at 501-680-8439, and all calls remain confidential. All right, next we have a unsolved missing case. This is Therina Ann Watson. She is missing from Boonville, Arkansas, since May of 2020, according to her daughter. She has never been seen or heard from again. Her daughter did report her missing on July 27th. Few details, unfortunately, are available in this case. At the time that she went missing, she was dating a man named Tom Reed, and he lived in Sugar Grove. Her date of birth is 1972. When she disappeared, she was approximately 5'5" to 5'8" tall, 110 to 130 pounds. Brown hair, hazel eyes. Her nickname was Lady Thor, and she may use the middle name of Anne. Some additional information regarding Tom Reed. It says, once again, he lived in Sugar Grove. It is unclear if he might have a specific date of when she went missing. So if you know him, please let him know that the authorities would like his help on learning the last day that he saw her, so that her case file can be updated. But if you have any information regarding this case, please call the Boonville Police Department at 479-675-3508. You can also reach out once again to the Arkansas Justice Project Facebook page with any tips, and you can remain anonymous. All right. This is Bonnie Bess McFadden. I have featured Bonnie before. She is missing from Johnson County, Arkansas, from Clarksville, Arkansas. She was 78 years old at the time of her disappearance. She was last seen on August 19th of 2005. She was last seen cashing a check at a bank in Clarksville on August 19th, 2005. The check was for several $1,000s, and witnesses at the bank said that she acted completely normal. Didn't seem to be in distress or give any indication that she was being made to do this. Her home was found in an unsecured way that was completely unlike her, so I'm assuming that meant doors unlocked. The house was not secured. Her driveway gate was also left unlocked, and it was discovered that her financial papers were missing. Bonnie did manage several rental properties in the Coal Hill area, where she developed a close relationship with one of her tenants, and a motorcycle for the man. Oh, no, she had hold on, rewind. She had developed a close relationship with one of her tenants. He was in his 20s. She had purchased a backhoe and a motorcycle for this man, and she paid for both of them to take a trip to Hawaii together. So, my opinion, once again, lots of red flags in this one. As far as I know, this young man, her tenant that she had developed a relationship with, as far as I know, he's never been named as a person of interest or a suspect. But if I were the police, which I'm not, I would definitely be checking him out. But if you have any information regarding Bonnie's case, you can contact the Johnson County Sheriff's Office at 479-754-2200. Right. Next we have Anthony Lee Zakruski. There is not a lot of information in his case. He has been missing since June 29th, 2017 from Alma, Arkansas. He was 31 years old when he disappeared, 5'4", 150 pounds. It just says he was last seen in Alma. He has never been heard or seen or heard from again. Few details are available in the case. It does have some additional information. 31 years old. Says he had blonde hair and green eyes. He does have tattoos on both arms, including a dolphin on his left arm, the words Kayla Bear on his left wrist, the name Tony on his right arm, and a skull on his right wrist. And he does also have a tattoo of the words Polish Pride on his chest, and his nickname is Tony. So if you have any information about Tony's case, you can contact the Alma Police Department at 479-632-3333. All right, we have a missing case from Pine Bluff. Frankie Bell was 21 years old at the time that he disappeared on November 4th, 1999. He is black male, 6 foot tall, 150 pounds. He was last seen wearing a black, red, and white shirt and black pants. He has black hair and brown eyes. He does have a tattoo of the letters DB on his left hand. He was last seen on the 1800 block of East Circle Drive in Pine Bluff, Arkansas at 9 p.m. on November 4th, 1999. After that, he has never been seen or heard from again. Once again, few details. See if it has any additional information. I think all the other information was on the poster. But if you have any information regarding Frankie, possible whereabouts, what could have happened to him, you can contact the Pine Bluff Police Department at 870-543-5105. All right, those were our, I believe, 6 cases, 6 or 8 cases that I have for you. Please, 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 the most important thing you can do is share this share this video anywhere and everywhere you can, social media platforms, any Facebook missing person cold case Facebook groups that you may be in. Give it a thumbs up, leave it a comment, share it. All those things help get this information out to as many people as possible. And that is the whole goal of these videos and my channel, is to get this information out quickly, like I said, to as many people as possible. So until next time, or thank you for watching. Until next time, sorry, I'm trying to multitask. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Be careful out there. Take care of each other. That's the most important thing we can do, is take care of our fellow human beings. And I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.